Welcome back, boys and girls. One of my viewers asked me to make a video of how I clean my Browning BAR. It's a beautiful rifle and you want to make sure you clean it right. So let's get on it. If you ask me what is the most important part of the gun, I'll have to say it is the crown of the barrel. If you damage the crown, it's gonna lose its accuracy and this beautiful gun becomes worthless. Secondly, it's better not to clean your rifle than over cleaning it. Some time ago, I read it somewhere by Barrel Master was saying that modern rifles or guns do not really need cleaning. You could actually damage your barrel by cleaning it. So especially if you don't know how to clean it properly. Thirdly, putting too much oil in your barrel can be a problem because having excessive fluid on your first shot can change the point of impact, especially that cold morning when you see the bulk of your drain. If you see me how I clean my guns, you might say, oh, David, you have no idea what you're doing. Just stick to surgery because it's too simple. Well, let's see how it goes. First, you want to have your scopes covered so the lens won't get dirty. And then open your chamber, make sure it's empty. Now you can clean your barrel. Stop! This is the wrong end. If you clean it from this side, especially with metal or brass rod, you're gonna damage your crown. So you gotta start from the other end without using the rod. Don't forget to put your gloves on. So what do I use? I'm sure you guys already know this, but I use cleaning snake. And I used to use a stronger solvent, but then this smells really bad. So my wife won't let me clean the guns in the house. So I went ahead and got this. All right, let me demonstrate. If you see your snake, use your power, they have a brush here. Now, what I usually do is I put just a little bit of the CLP behind the brush. I'll put small squirt, maybe equal to 4 or 5 drops, and that's it, no more. And at this end, you could see a heavy brass. Have your gun upside down and drop the brass into your barrel from the chamber side, and then let it down and hold the line, get it up, and then just pull it through. Do this 5 times and you're good. Now, what they're telling me is that when you run this line once through the barrel, it's like using more than 10 patches of gun patches. So 5 times should be more than enough, and you shouldn't have any problem damaging your crown. As most of you know, semi-automatic hunting rifles are not easy to disassemble. And matter of fact, the manufacturer do not recommend you to do it because you could actually break the gun. So what I use is just use a Q-tip, put a couple of drops of CLP, and then I'll just clean it, and I go through probably 1 or 2 Q-tip, and that's it. What about the moving parts in the rifle? Now this is a Remington semi-auto. Also, a rifle I would never attempt to take it apart. What I use is just a simple gun oil. And on the moving part, just put like 1 or 2 drops. I might do that maybe once every 2 or 3 years, not even often. And that's all you need. And I bought this about 2 years ago, thinking if the moving parts kind of gets gunky or whatever, I thought I'll give it a clean with this. It's called Gun Scrubber. And this thing smells pretty bad. So I'm thinking, I haven't used it on either of my rifle yet. But I'm thinking, if I need to, I'm just gonna spray this outside the house, not inside the house, and just spray all the parts inside and give it a good spray and just leave it in the garage, leave the rifle in the garage for a day to get all the smells out, and I think I should be good. But again, I have not used it yet because I didn't need to yet. Bolt action, it is the same process. Just have your bolt removed and put a drop of that stuff, CLP, and clean your bolt and clean inside here. And one thing that I noticed that bolt action seems to be a lot cleaner than most of the guns that I'm shooting. So it doesn't really take a lot of cleaning. And again, use the snake to run it from the chamber side toward the muzzle, and you should be good. As for the AR-15, it's a different story. This is made for the barrel. So you might be going through a lot of nasty stuff like mud, sand, water, you name it. So you have to be able to disassemble this in the field, give it a good clean, put it back together, and then be able to fight again. So one thing that I really like about the AR-15 is how easy this is to disassemble it. And I'm sure you know how this works. So just take the upper and lower part, take the bolt assembly out, clean it with a Q-tip, and run the snake to the same direction 5 times, and you should be good. And lastly, like always, thank God for what you have. Enjoy your life with what you got, but mostly remember, loving your gun too much can hurt the gun. See you.